This segment of the news is brought to you by Finance of America. For all your mortgage needs, call Amy Childress or Shannon Keller at 702-372-6607. News is also brought to you by Great Basin College. A pioneer in distance education, your success is their tradition. Now offering over 25 degree and certificate programs in Pahrump and online.
The mammovan is coming to Pahrump. News 46 spoke to Colleen Petrosky to find out more.
Absolutely. The Nevada Health Center's mammovan has been crisscrossing the state of Nevada for over 15 years, and we're the only mobile unit solely dedicated to provide access to all women, regardless of their ability to pay or not, for a mammogram. Our mission is to provide the service so that early detection obviously is going to have the best protection against breast cancer.
So the mammovan is going to be coming to Pahrump?
It will be. It's going to be here at the Desert View Hospital on August 29th and 30th. We're partnering with Desert View Hospital. And then we're going to be back again the first weekend of October for the RAM event that will be hosted here in Pahrump.
Who should get a mammogram?
Women over the age of 40 should always have a baseline. Get that baseline so that you know what your breast health is. We don't require any referral. Anybody over the age of 40, all they need to do is to present their valid photo ID. If they have insurance, we accept all major insurances. And then for women that have no health insurance, you will not be turned away. Through the generosity of many of our donors, you will be provided a mammogram without charge.
And for the RAM event, that's going to be a no-charge event in October for all services.
Well, again, if you have health insurance, we want to go ahead and run it through your health insurance because, again, it is preventative. It is at no cost if you have health insurance. There's no copay, no deductible. It's just we bill the insurance directly.
How often should you have a mammogram over the age of 40?
Well, you should start with the baseline, and then if you don't have any family history, every 2 to 3 years is recommended. If you have a family history, you probably want to discuss that with your primary care to see how frequent you should have it. We will also screen women 39 and younger, but they do have to present a screening referral from their primary care. And that's usually women that might have a family history, they might feel something, and they just want to get that baseline as well.
How should you prepare for a mammogram?
Very easy. We do take appointments, so you'd call 877-581-6266 to go ahead and schedule. And then all we need is for you to come with your photo ID. And again, if you have health insurance, just bring your valid insurance card.
And a local woman credits the mammovan for saving her life. We'll have that story on tomorrow night's newscast. The VA clinic on Lola Lane received some plaques this week from our local veterans.
Okay, we want to honor the veterans. And there's no better way to honor the veterans when they walk into a building and they see their plaque, whether it's the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, and the POW. Mm-hmm. We have to honor them, and this is our way of honoring them. So
how did this come about?
Well, I was talking to Hollis Harris and Dan Harris, and which they are the ones most responsible for getting us that land where the VA clinic is. And Hollis says, okay, it's up to you, Bernie, to do it.
Yeah.
So I employed a couple of people, not employed, but passed off the buck, and because I couldn't handle the frustration with the VA much longer, and I got a Carl Jones to take care of it.
And so these are plaques. Tell me about the plaques themselves. Where were they made? What do they have on them?
Well, we got them from the Disabled American Veterans, and the Disabled American Veterans, they're like a plaster, and they're full color, and it's the logo of each and every one of the services. They're beautiful plaques. They're very light, so it should go hang on the wall very nice. And what's great about it is when one of the servicemen or servicewomen sit down, they can look at that and they can bring back good memories or bad memories.
So you presented this to them on Friday. You're hoping that they will put them up where?
Well, we're hoping they put them up behind the where the young lady or the young man is that gives us water, and a volunteer.
So it's very hard to get things mounted, like at the VA clinic. I know that Butch Harper had some issues with putting up his patches at the VA hospital, which we found out you said are not there anymore. But they have very specific rules, right?
They have very specific rules, especially in the last 8 years. Before then, it was everything was done on an individual basis. So Las Vegas took care of itself, Reno took care of itself. Now, since the last president was elected, Obama, he decided everything should go into Washington. Mm-hmm. So when they finished building the hospital, I had noticed that there was no clock or in one of the dentist's office. And I said, you need a clock. She said, well, we have to wait for Washington, D.C. to give us approval to put up a clock.
Oh, wow.
So that's how deep it goes. They don't use common sense in the VA. So we're trying to bring common sense back. And we had this doctor come up this past Friday, and she said she'll do everything she possibly can to get these plaques up for us.
Yes. So contact the local VA clinic and make sure that those plaques get put up on that wall. Ryan Mucho spoke to us recently about the remote area medical coming soon to Pahrump.
We're very excited. This is the second time Pahrump will be able to host Remote Area Medical. Typically that organization goes to a community once because of the need, so they try to spread their services throughout the country, but they loved Pahrump and they were received very well, so they're coming back, and Nye Community Coalition is excited to host them again. So this year it'll be October 6th through the 8th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and setup day on Thursday. There's no services on Thursday.
What is RAM, or Remote Area Medical?
Sure, so it's a free medical, dental, vision, and mental health clinic that travels all over the world really, but primarily now in the United States. And they set up kind of just like this huge MASH unit. I mean, they bring the dental chairs and set up medical rooms, and it turns into this little mini, actually a large medical clinic to serve patients with free medical, dental, vision, and mental health services.
You know what is really impressive is the fact that they can do an eye exam and have your glasses ready for you the same day right there, free of charge.
Absolutely. That was super exciting last year to watch so many people walk away with a pair of glasses. I think it was over 100 pairs that we gave away. They go in for their exam, they wait a while, and RAM has a whole semi-truck set up with a vision lab, and they're in there cutting the lenses and putting them in the frames, and they walk away with a pair of glasses. It's quite amazing.
People should be prepared to wait a little bit, have a little patience while they're there.
Yes, so the lines last year were about 2 to 3 hours, depending on when people came. This year we are expecting quite a few more people. Last year we found that people didn't realize, it was kind of like too good to be true. They didn't realize what it was. They thought maybe it was just another regular health fair. People didn't realize they were getting actual medical services for free. So this year we're doing a much better job of spreading the word on that.
It was so interesting to see people getting dental care right there in the room at Nye Community Coalition.
Right there in the multi-purpose room. Yeah, there's no privacy, but the services are free, so the people were very grateful. But yeah, we set up, I think last year, about 13, 14 dental chairs, and you're right there next to the next person getting their extractions or fillings or whatever they needed done.
So, brought to us proudly by Nye Community Coalition and so many other partners. You're looking for volunteers right now.
We are. So there's kind of two types of volunteers. You can either, if you're a medical professional, either medical, dental, vision, mental health, social worker, we ask that you go to ramusa.org. You can click on events and go to the Pahrump event and log on to register to volunteer. And then we also need general support volunteers. So as you can imagine, it takes a lot of people to put this on, to feed people and set up and just all sorts of things. So if you're non-medical and you still want to help, we'd love to have you.
News 46 WeatherCam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Here's a look outside on our Glenn Lerner weather cam. It looks lovely out there. Noah's going to tell us what's in store for this week right after this.